Hey guys, Personal Defense here with a Smith & Wesson military and police full-size pistol, chambered in the .40 caliber. I know you guys are used to seeing my little compact pistol, but I thought this would be a nice change of pace to do a how-to video on how to install a Apex Tactical RAM, which stands for Reset Assist Mechanism. So before I get started, I just want to kind of talk a little bit about what I'm using as a backdrop today. Major League Infidel. This is a T-shirt that was sent to me by one of my friends who was stationed in Iraq for a little bit, and he actually got this shirt embroidered for me. And one of my friends he sent too that he doesn't even know. So that was really cool of him. And here's the front. I covered up my name because I don't want you guys to see my name, but here's where he was stationed. And it's nice and embroidered, and I really appreciate that, Darren. Thanks for your service. And he also gave me that shemagh that I use sometimes for a backdrop, so thanks for the cool stuff too. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be installing a Reset Assist mechanism, which is just kind of like a cheap little mod I've been wanting to do to my carry pistol. And to this pistol, I promised my friend that I would kind of do a little work over on this trigger for him. And part of that was this Reset Assist mechanism. Sorry. So basically all you're getting here is just a little, I don't know what you would call that. Dowel, I guess you could call that. And a spring. And this is the Apex Tactical, like I said. This actually, you can get a competition kit, which includes this, or you can get a duty kit, which includes this. For my carry pistol, I want to mod it as the least amount as possible, so I just decided to use this little thing. And it says that they have instructions for videos on YouTube, and I kind of looked. I didn't spend a lot of time looking, but I didn't really find anything, and the one that I did find was somewhat kind of helpful, but not really, so I figured I'd do this because I know a lot of you guys, a lot of my subscribers at least, have these M&P pistols, and this is a pretty popular pistol, so why not show you guys how to do this. So like I said, this is really easy to do. All you're going to need is the pistol, obviously, your Reset Assist, and just like a set of punches, and maybe a flat-bladed screwdriver. And I just have this little cheap Weaver gunsmithing, quote-unquote gunsmithing set. And let me apologize again. I cut my hands up, so I have some band-aids of my son's. Anyway, so the first thing you need to do is obviously safety check the weapon, which there's nothing in the chamber there and no magazine. So we're going to take this down, and actually this modification gets done inside the frame. So we'll just pull the slide off and set it aside, and we're left with the frame. Let me show you how this functions real quick since I have it off. When you pull the trigger, you can see it moves there. So when you pull it, and it fires around, and then the slide goes back and chambers another one. This actually gets kicked off to the side here like that, dropping that. Did you see it drop? So then the reset, if we go real slow, it's right there like that. And then boom, we fire again, kicks it over again. So that is the part we're going to be modifying. Step number one is this pin right here. You have to knock this pin out. And it is in there kind of tight, but if you get the right size punch, all you got to do is just kind of hammer it out. So I'm going to hammer it out, and then I'll turn the camera back on. Okay, I don't know what it was, but this one was pretty stuck in there, more so than mine. Here's what that pin looks like. And like I said, I pounded it out of there. So the next step is you want to remove this whole little assembly back here, this back of the where the rails are and everything. And so, I mean, ideally you want to kind of pull on it with your fingers like so, but if it doesn't, I just did some light prying with a flat bladed screwdriver, real light, so I wouldn't mar the finish or anything. Just kind of pry it up just barely with the screwdriver like that. So once you get it to move, it comes up pretty easy, and then you can pull up on the ejector and kind of wiggle it out like so. Now once you get it out to a certain point, you're going to have to pull the trigger to get it the rest of the way out. And I'll show you where. Man, this one is stuck in there. Mine was a lot. There we go. So once you get it to about right here, you have to pull the trigger and you can get the rest of it out. So now you can set the frame aside because we're not going to be using that. All we're going to be using is this little assembly here, and be careful because the ejector will come out, so you just want to keep tabs on that. So this is it here. We're just going to be messing with this. So I'm going to take my reset assist here and just kind of dump it out. And all it is this little dowel, I guess you call it. I don't know what you'd call it. And this spring. And so what you're going to want to do is put the spring over this like so. So you have it looking like that. Now if you notice, there's a little indent. If it'll focus. There we go. Do you see the indent there? Okay, that indent needs to be up. And you want to insert it from, say the pistol going forwards this way, you want to insert it left to right with that indent up, as I said. Just like, okay, so I have it inserted in there and I'm trying to get it all on the light so you can see. And if you push it in, probably cannot see, but you see it in there? There we go. And you want that indent up. And don't worry, if the indent's not up, you won't be able to reinstall it into the gun. So that's it. That's all you got to do. So we're just going to put the ejector back on, like so, and then we're going to hold both like this with our thumb. Bring the frame over. Okay, I took the band-aid off because I couldn't get anything done with that stupid thing on. So I apologize for the band-aid being on half this video. So this little pin that we pulled out earlier, that goes in over that indented part of the dowel. So if it goes in like this, you have it installed correctly. So then we'll just put it back in just as we took it out. And it's a little tricky to get all this back in there. Okay, so I really had to kind of wrestle with this one to get it in there. I don't know why. But you want to get those rails back as far back into the frame as you can, like that. And then just pull the trigger a couple times just to make sure. And the way you would test this, it's like I showed you earlier, is push this over and pull the trigger back. And then slowly let it out. We can see there it's working properly. So once you get everything back together and get the rails back, and I oiled it a little bit, and you punch your pin back in, then it's just reassembly as normal. Put the slide back on. Let's test it. And it feels pretty good. Anyway, that's a cheap and easy modification you can do to your trigger. And while you have it apart there, you can polish, some of the stuff. This is my compact. You can polish, this, and pretty much any place where metal touches metal, you can go ahead and polish it, and it'll really take away that. These triggers, I mean, they're great triggers from the factory, but they kind of have a little gritty feel to them. So if you go ahead and polish all those parts, you'll get a really good feeling trigger for cheap, and actually for free when you polish that stuff. So I love free modifications. Anyway, thank you for watching.